All right. Okay. Yes, get us a little closer here. Yes, get us closer here. Let's mute these motherfuckers here. Let's get our chats up. Let's get our chickity chats up. Let's mute these folks here. All right. Got our chats up. We got our shit up. Oh, fuck me. Got our microphones. I spent so much time prepping. Got to get our mics up. Got to get our mics up, people. Let's make sure that's connected. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Make sure that's connected. I was trying to rush so I can get this thing going. Mic check 1 2 1 2. And got to get my mics going. Trying to get the chats up. Chat me up. I think I'm gonna have to end one of these. I don't know. Monetized on Facebook, so I can't stop live on Facebook until they boot me off there for cussing and crashing out. Not quite monetized on the YouTube, so I might switch my YouTube feed to. I just buy another stream now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever part of the day that is reach you. Hope you're feeling fine, hope you're feeling well, hope you're feeling blessed, hope you realize that you are blessed, hope you realize that you're blessed because you get to see a day that somebody else did not get to see. Shout out to you. All right, so no, I've been a little I've been missing a little bit from y'all from the last couple of days. I am a government worker by week and entrepreneur Negro by the weekend. So I've been working. I've been grinding. I've been get to the paper. Been doing what a lot of niggas be saying they gonna do. You get the money, get to figure out how to get the money. I be figuring out how to get money. I go get it, and sometimes the money called me. So that's what happened this weekend. The money called me, and I had to go get it. So I've been MIA for the last 72 hours. But in that last 72 hours, a lot of shit has happened. We've had the No Kings parade, and we also No Kings protest, and we also had Trump's military appreciation / Trump's birthday parade. We've had a lot of shit going on with Israel and Iran. I'm gonna touch on that and how that even got to be. But most notably, we had a fucking travesty occur in America. Give me one moment. All right, in America, we have a fucking problem, and it's a problem that has been festering for a very long time, and no one wants to talk about it. But I'm gonna talk about it. I have talked about it. I mentioned it before. In America, we have a fucking problem with domestic terrorism, most notably white nationalist threats, most notably angry fucking white men. Angry white men are the biggest fucking threat to the United States of America than anybody can even fucking fathom. Not ISIS, not Al Qaeda, not black people, not the immigrants come across the border in masses, not any of that other bullshit. White Men. More pointedly, angry white men. Angry white men in America are the biggest threat to America. And we've seen this time and time again. Over the weekend, as I said, we've had this fucking dickhead murder state representative. I almost pronounced it properly here. We had this dickhead murder state representative Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark Hortman in Minnesota. And he not only did that, he also killed, he shot Senator, where is it? He also shot State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette Hoffman. It's very telling that the MAGA faithful are running around trying to pose this man as a fucking Democrat, and he's pushing all this other wild shit. But he is, make no doubt, he is a madman. He is a fucking madman, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is madman, the motherfucker killed the dog too. The man killed her fucking dog. Now, this don't piss white people off in America because y'all showed a motherfucking y'all showed y'all ass when it came to Mike Vick and them fucking fighting dogs. This man not only killed two politicians, shot two, excuse me, no, he killed one politician, shot another one, and shot both their spouses. And killed the fucking dog. Now, if that don't piss y'all white folks off, because y'all know y'all love these goddamn animals more than humans sometimes, but the man killed the fucking dog for no reason. This is Sweet Tea in here. Don't accuse me of being a red cup boy tonight. Both perfectly sober, and these are sober thoughts, these are sober feelings, these are sober emotions, these are sober every fucking thing. But drinking my tea out of a red cup. But this motherfucker killed dog. And when people tell me that, oh, it was just, one off, or, Democrats, they're vile, their rhetoric, charges people up to this shit. We've been dealing with this in America for a very long time. The Department of Homeland Security stated way, way back in 2018. Wrong shit. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Way back in 2018, the Department of Homeland Security released a report in conjunction with the Government Accountability Office, stating that white supremacy is a fucking problem in the United States of America. Now, it also alienated a lot of white people. They got pissed off with it. So this report didn't get a lot of attention. But as you can see on this graphic that was released by the Government Accountability Office, you can see on the screen here from the 2010 to 2021, we've had some type of domestic terrorism, white nationalist occurrence happen in every fucking state except Maine. Every last state on this motherfucking map you're looking at right now has had some type of domestic terrorism act caused by a pissed off white boy, and nobody, wants to talk about it because white men have been running the country. White men have been calling the shots. No matter how much y'all tell me that y'all tired of white men running the country, y'all keep voting for these fucking white men that are fucking up the country. And as a result, angry white men feel emboldened to do what the fuck they want to do. Like go around shooting dogs and shooting politicians, and nobody wants to talk about it. And when Joe Biden said this,
terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Not ISIS, not Al Qaeda, white supremacists.
I'm gonna play that back for y'all.
Terrorism from white supremacy is the most lethal threat to the homeland today. Not ISIS, not Al Qaeda, white supremacists.
Joe Biden got so much flack for saying that because they were asking him, they wanted him to focus his attention on ISIS and Al Qaeda. But he knew what was going on in America. And when he said this statement, a lot of white people got mad, got hot, got pissed off. And now we're seeing why he said it. How many times have we seen a pissed off white dude just trying to fuck some shit up because he's mad? I don't know, and I lost count, to be honest with you. I'm tired of hearing people trying to get away from the notion that white men are not as dangerous as you think they are. These motherfuckers are crazy. And this is not just just not me crashing out. As you can see on the screen there, these motherfuckers really be out here fucking shit up across the fucking nation. Across the nation. As a matter of fact, let me add another clip here because I have another clip here that didn't do it. I just put it on there. God damn it. But white nationalist threat are the biggest threats to the United States of America here. We've seen it. Joe Biden has told us. And unfortunately, now we have the MAGA faithful. Fortunately, now we have the MAGA faithful trying to pose this as a result of Democratic rhetoric. But going back to 2018, 2017, the Department of Homeland Security government, watchdogs have openly said that we need to change our approach as a country towards white nationalist threat. These white men are fucking up the country, and you guys, if we don't pay attention to it, it's going to get worse. So what we've seen here, this is political violence that we've seen. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be the end of it. And before people start to try and say anything crazy, remember that the person that tried to Trump was a registered Republican. His family was registered Republicans. They were Trump supporters. They had Trump paraphernalia and Trump flags and everything in their fucking yards leading up to the assassination attempt. And when he tried to Trump, they took all that stuff down because they didn't want people to be knowing that, hey, this was my Republican son that did this. Individual that tried to pop his ass at Mar-a-Lago, Republican again. Notice a trend here? The guy that just tried to killed one person, tried to kill another registered Republican. People love to try and say that I go hard on the Republican Party, and to a certain extent, I do. But when you look at why I'm going hard at them, because they're the one doing all the fucked up shit. Now we got a Republican governor in the state of Florida that said he wanted to create a government accountability office like Doge, and he overlooked the fact that the Republicans have been running the state for the last longest. Anything that you find going to be did has been done by a Republican. So we're getting to the point now where Republicans are starting to see that shit is fucked up, but it's fucked up because y'all are fucking shit up. And let's a bit here. You know what? It's insane, to be honest with you. It's insane. It's fucking insane, y'all. But that wasn't all that happened over the weekend. Aside from individuals of white background committing terroristic actions, we've actually had fucking war breaking out across the water. And never forget that Trump said he's not gonna do any new wars. No wars. 2 months after this motherfucker gives Iran the biggest fucking weapons package that they've ever gotten in the history of fucking history, we got a war starting. But I think Trump overlooked a key thing, because this whole war between Iran and Israel is supposedly to stop Iran from trying to attain nuclear technology and nuclear weapons and missiles and all that other shit. But if you pay attention to politics, you remember that Barack Obama had some landmark legislation put in place where he pretty much stopped, froze Iran, and Iran don't say he stopped. Iran agreed to stop developing nuclear arms in exchange for aid, in exchange for getting some of their frozen funds unfrozen, because their U.S. interest was just locked up, frozen, because of Obama. Is hey, y'all ain't gonna have access to all this money, and y'all still over there trying to create nuclear weapons and all that shit. We're not gonna give you aid, and you're still over there trying to create nuclear weapons and shit. Stop all that bullshit, and you can get your money. Stop all that bullshit, and we'll give you some help when you need some help. And Iran basically said, okay. And everything was working fine. Iran had stopped developing nuclear weapons. Now, some people would try and get mad and say, oh, well, they still were funding terrorists and all that other shit. Motherfucker, we the United States of America. You ever heard of the CIA? The CIA is funding terrorism right now. The CIA is funding fucking black sites in fucking Cuba right now and all over the world. Our FBI, the motherfuckers there, oh shit. Under the leadership of Patel? Oh, you think they ain't spying on motherfuckers like me right now? You're crazy as fuck. So before you start to say, oh, well, they still, yeah, they still probably were doing some shit, but they were agreeing to the terms that Barack Obama set forth, and they weren't trying to develop any nuclear weapons. Now, on the flip side of this, we've seen, well, not on the flip side, when Trump was elected and got into office, Trump did this right here. Trump ended U.S. participation in the Iran deal. Now, the Iran deal, like I just told you, it was a deal brokered between the Barack Obama that said, hey, we're going to give you aid and give you help as long as you stop the bullshit. And Iran has stopped the bullshit. They stopped developing weapons. They stopped developing all type of shit. And fast forward, people have been saying, look at the date on this article, May 8th, 2024. Killing the Iran nuclear deal was one of Trump's biggest failures because it was ever apparent that about a year after he killed the deal, Iran started redeveloping nuclear weapons. Not only nuclear weapons, they started developing all type of new ballistic weapon systems. In layman's terms, they started developing some new shit that ain't never been seen before. And Iran said, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be cool until I get all my shit tested up good. And then Israel started fucking with them. If you remember, Israel bombed Iran about 2 weeks ago. But they didn't know Iran has new shit up their sleeve. Israel didn't know that since Trump killed the Iran nuclear deal, that Israel had been in development on some new shit. And they was like, oh, well, we got our Iron Dome missile defense system. Those that don't know, the Iron Dome, and the Iron Dome is not just the Iron Dome. It's actually 3 different weapon defense systems that Israel has installed all over the country that basically shoots down rockets as they're coming down to blow up Israel. And it had been working good for years, decades almost, to be honest. I don't say decades, but a lot of years. So much so that when Trump got into office, he said he wanted America to build a, golden dome, something like similar to what Israel has to try and protect the United States from ballistic missile attacks. But what they didn't realize that when you killed that deal, Trump, Iran started developing that new shit, and they bombed the fuck out of Israel over the weekend. So much so that Israel actually told some of their cities, hey, you might want to evacuate these areas. Areas where that are heavily populated in Israel with military figures and military establishments are being evacuated right now because these new ballistic missiles are fucking Israel up. And if you don't believe me, I'm gonna show you. I got a video I want to show you guys to show you how these new missiles working. They fucking shit up over there. Like even the news media is saying, out of every 2 rockets that shot, one of them is hitting. Well, excuse me, out of every 5 rockets that shot, 3 of them are hitting. It's more that are impacting Israel than getting taken out by the golden, excuse me, the whatever the fuck they want to
Let's
call
take a look
that
at why
shit.
the Iron Dome failed to intercept the Iranian ballistic missiles. Apart from discussing the multi-layered missile defense system, the Iron Dome itself has a range of around 40 miles, while the David Sling can intercept ballistic missiles up to a range of 180 miles. The top-tier Arrow anti-ballistic missile systems can target threats up to 1,500 miles away. According to reports, 180 ballistic missiles, which are possibly hypersonic as claimed by the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, were launched. Although the Arrow missile defense system successfully intercepted many missiles before they reached Israel, many still got through. The main problem behind the failure to intercept was after the detachment of the glide vehicle from the launcher. The glide vehicle can change its trajectory multiple times, which confused the Arrow missiles. This maneuver also bypassed the David Sling and finally the Iron Dome system, which is not designed to counter hypersonic missiles like the Fata 2 model. As a result, the interceptor missed targets and the glide vehicle landed on military bases where the $100 million F-35 jets were stationed.
See, they got that new shit over there that not only can fly hypersonic, which means them motherfuckers are flying almost faster than the speed of sound. Can you imagine a rocket flying faster than the speed of sound? And when you look at a map, I should have pulled up the map because they're launching these rockets from Iran. Iran is over, I think, something like 500 miles away from Israel. But these rockets are reaching from Iran to Israel in like 6 minutes. You have any idea how fucking fast that is for a rocket to go over 500 miles in less than 6 minutes? Those motherfuckers are flying fast as fuck. And not only that, they're separating. So they got a missile. It's just pin as an example. This is the rocket. It shoots and takes off. It's gliding, it's moving, it's fucking swerving and it's swerving on the corner and all that shit. And when it gets close to its trajectory, it gets close to the objective, a little part separates. Tip of the rocket separates. Now all this has is let's see, the guidance system in there so it can still track its target. 200, 300-pound fucking warhead, explosive, and some more fuel and propellant. So the rocket takes off. It's already fucking the defense system up by moving, and then that little motherfucker just pops off the tip, and this tip can do the same fucking thing. And then it goes and blows the fuck up wherever the hell it is. Are you fucking kidding me? These motherfuckers got a rocket that knows how to swerve. They got a swerving rocket that was developed only after Donald Trump did this. So once Donald Trump kills the Iran war deal, that's when they start developing all these ballistic missiles and start to blow shit up out the sky and just fucking our Israel up right now. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the perfect definition of creating a problem and then giving you a fake solution so you can try and say, hey, he's doing something. This is fucking insane. Fucking sane. What's going on here? Bam, goddamn you. Bam, goddamn you. Bam, goddamn you. I don't even want to deal with FAMU shit right now. But back to the point here of the video. Trump created this problem. Then in March, he gave Israel a bunch of fucking weapons that Joe Biden would not give them, weapons that Joe Biden said you can't have access to. Israel started feeling themselves, and they attacked Iran. And now they fucked around and found that Iran got some shit over there that's got some shit over there that they can't fuck with. So what we're going to see over the next couple of days is going to be a lot more damage in Israel. And unfortunately, Iran has nuclear weapons. And they got a lot of fucking money. And they cool with those Saudi motherfuckers that gave President Trump that big ass jet. So you know what I'm saying, Holmes? I don't know what's gonna happen, but Trump created a fucking problem. He created a mess, and I don't know if we're gonna recover from that. I don't know if Israel's gonna recover from that. Uh-oh, I got some community standards. Uh-oh. Start talking about Israel, and the Facebook start giving me community standards. Well, all right, so another thing I want to talk about that big one that was big in the news cycle this weekend was Trump's parade. 8,647 people were said to have attended this military parade that cost the United States of America $41 million. Now, Trump spent $41 million on this military parade, yet still we're talking about cutting Medicaid. We can't fund social services. We can't fund all this other shit. But he spent $41 million on that. And it didn't have as many participants as they thought they would have. Unfortunately, I was unable to get out to the No Kings protest myself, but from the content that's been circulating around, looks like way more than 8,000 people was at any one of these motherfucking parades that you seeing scroll on the screen right now. Because it looked like it might be 8,000 people in that little corner right there. At least four. It's guaranteed to be. Oh man, that might be 10 right there. You know, just in that little spot. Maybe another 20 right there. You know, you're looking at No King's Parade. You know, oh yeah, don't deport Latino booties either. You know, I don't give a damn if you deport them or not. I got me a nice. But get back to the circle to the point. Don't report the Latino booties. You know, they're nice to touch on it. You know, only if they give permission. Don't go to touching booties if they don't give permission. So I want to make that abundantly fucking clear. Don't be a creep. Don't be like Trump at these beauty pageants where he was back there looking at naked women just because I own this thing. I can go back there. No, you fucking pervert. But those protests that we've seen over the weekend are very telling, and I don't think we're going to see the end of them any soon. We're going to see a lot more protests and civil discourse as the big, beautiful bill moves through. Speaking of bills, the state of Florida was supposed to finalize their budget today or vote on their budget. So let's take a look and see if that happened. It's quiet yet. I didn't get a chance to look. Uh, as of today, we've not seen it. We're going to see a final vote. It says final, let's see. Florida lawmakers are expected to vote on 115 billion on the budget late Monday in a weeks of legislative gridlock and long extended sessions. A couple of those sessions, those lawmakers even said they came to Tallahassee and did not know what the fuck they was there. But that just shows you the political posturing that has gone on in the state of Florida. Gamer Jane M. Let's see what you're saying here. Oh yeah, what's up, chat? Peace out. I mean, peace to the chats. Thank y'all for tuning in. So let's see what's going on in the chat. Shout out to my boy Joy and Purple Glass Media. You know, hit him up y'all for all y'all streaming consultant needs. He can help y'all get y'all shit lined up, get shit together. Cause yeah, let me get mine. That's why I ain't just jump on here. I thought about just jumping on here doing a live but some of those thoughts some of those conversations that we had popped back up in my head. So I had to do a little preparation. I didn't prepare as much as I possibly wanted to, but when you're juggling being a father, an active and present father, work and trying to do content, you realize very quickly that you got to prioritize things, and work and my child come first. Also, my child first. All right, so Gamer Jamie JM says it's really kind of productive and inefficient that we have an unemployment system that forces you to constantly prove you're searching for meaningless, underpaid work, enriching a capitalist instead of a federal jobs program getting work done. Society actually needs. Now, when it comes to saying that we should change government requirements in regards to unemployment, I'm not gonna jump off the bridge and say that we need to just, say X-nay on the, proving that people are looking for jobs. Instead of saying that, or instead of saying that trying to force people into meaningless, low-wage jobs and rich capitalists, I choose to say that's a requirement that's proven that people are not just sitting there collecting unemployment checks, twiddling their fingers, looking at fucking TikTok videos all day. If you're going to get a check from the government for being unemployed, I, as a taxpaying American, would prefer that those individuals getting that check are actually trying to elevate themselves out of that situation. And how do you elevate yourself out of that situation? Go out there and look for a fucking job. You don't elevate yourself out of a situation by, sitting at home trying to be an influencer, or sitting at home trying to say, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna tell you right now, entrepreneurship is not for every fucking body. It is not. And those people that think it is, I'll tell you right now, as a trade school instructor, I cannot tell you how many 18, 19, 20-year-old students I've had come through those doors at my old school that dropped out of school, dropped out of high school because they thought they were going to be influenced. They thought that, oh, I don't need an education. I don't need this. I don't need that to, go out here in the world and make it. They've realized very quickly that entrepreneurship is not for everybody. Very, very fucking quickly. And, we had to help them get there. First, they get the high school diploma, but then learn employable skills so they can go out there into the world and work jobs and use those jobs as stepping ladders to elevate themselves. Take, for instance, a cashier at Burger King or McDonald's, a fast food restaurant. While that initial job of working at a fast food restaurant is not sexy, it's not attractive, it's not high paying, it depending on who you're talking to, they don't want to work there. Yeah, I sit with my garage door when I'm doing this live, y'all. So, man of the community. But those people that work those jobs, sometimes they may not see it as the end all be all, because while you're working at cashier position, you're gaining skills, transferable skills that you can take to other places. You can then elevate yourself from out of that cashier because you're getting money handling experience. What can you go into do then now? Go to a supermarket, go to a bigger chain, become a bigger establishment, and possibly work and work your way up that way. Or if you're choosing to switch industries, you now have money handling experience. Who else needs money handling experience? Banks. And you got customer service experience. So those people that have limited skill sets, they can learn in those jobs and take that skills and those skills that you learn and make more money in other industries. So I hear what you're saying, but it's not meaningless. You may be underpaid in the immediate time, but you won't be underpaid if you're going to that job and you're learning and you're taking those skills and trying to use those skills to improve yourself and improve your way of life. If you take the mindset that, hey, this is a meaningless, pointless job, and never try and elevate yourself out of that position, then yes, it's going to be a meaningless, pointless job for fucking forever. But if you're taking a position that, hey, I am working this job to use as a stepping stone to get myself out of this situation, then yes, you're going to fucking make some money and you're going to gain some fucking skills. But like I said, if you take the approach that, hey, this is a meaningless, pointless job, don't just enrich capitalists, you as an entrepreneur, they could call you that because you're going to employ people. My security business, I have people that I pay. They don't call me a capitalist, but I have employees. I am an employee as well. But It's more so about the skills. And when you're, like I said, when you're on unemployment, the idea is not to sit on unemployment and get a fucking check, you know, forever. The idea is, hey, I'm getting a check to hold me over so I can take another step. I mean, some people would rather collect the check. I don't agree with that mindset. I don't give a damn if you black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian. Get off your motherfucking ass and work. Get off your motherfucking ass to figure it out. A little child of mine. They like to interrupt you. But get off your ass and get to work. Excuse me, get a job. Um, let's see. There's no efficient government. Farmers in Russia are used to feed their cows bread because the government made it cheaper than grain. I can't speak to Russia and what happens in the USSR. I live in America. You live in the United States of America. I don't even know if that statement is true or not. It's something I've never heard. It's the first time I'm hearing that farmers in Russia had to feed their cows bread. I don't know how good it is to feed a cow bread. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. I don't know. I really don't fucking know. So what I will say is that we do have efficiency in government, especially the United States of America's government pre-Trump. Those inspector generals and auditors that were fired as soon as Trump got into office, that was their whole job, to ensure that there was no government waste going on. But I will say, when it comes to government waste in Doge, out of all we've seen, out of all the shit that we've seen them talk about, we've seen them attack or say anything about the one agency that everyone in the government has said has all type of waste: the Department of Defense. So I will say that while we have a great functioning government, it can do better. I can't speak to the Russian government and what's going over there in USSR because I don't live there. I live in the United States of America. Now, to get back to the point of what our society needs in regards to a federal jobs program, we had Job Corps, motherfucker. That's what Job Corps was. Job Corps was a program that helped people get employable skills, and it went bye-bye thanks to Trump. So before you dare say, we have all this other, meaningless shit going on, and we need a federal jobs program, we had one. It may not have specifically say, hey, this is the federal jobs program, but that effectively is what Job Corps was. And Job Corps was all over the United States of America for a very long time. At least I'm 41 years old, and I have family members that went to Job Corps when I was a kid. So I can say guaranteed at least 30 years, I've seen Job Corps help improve society. So we had the federal jobs program, Jay, but Trump said it wasn't important. Trump said we don't need it. Trump said, well, it's too expensive a program. We're not seeing good yield on return on our investment. But one thing that was said, I heard recently, is that we cannot measure success by metrics that do not tell me this fucking thing. None. One thing okay. That was said, I heard recently, is that we cannot measure success by. Sorry, my mic went dead. I have a mic that's gone dead. And I just had to make sure that my secondary and thirdary mics were still picking up so you guys can hear me. One thing I will say about this going live shit and doing all this content, it's a lot of moving pieces, man. A lot of moving pieces. I forgot to charge I forgot to charge this iPad, so it's about to go dead on me. So my what's the chat is on there? YouTube chat. What's up? So but if that go dead, I won't know what the fuck y'all saying to me. Just saying. But To get back to what we're saying, what I was talking about, we've had a lot happen in the last 72 hours. And I think I touched on most of it. Before I get off here, I want to didn't want to try and compete with the NBA Finals. Bad enough, I think Game 6 of the hockey game is on right now, and I'm low key trying to compete with that. And I ain't even fucking. I really do want to watch some of the basketball games too. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. Before I go, let's ask co-pilot a question.
Hey Javon, it's
Yeah.
co-pilot here, and I can hear you loud and clear. Welcome to Voice. Feel free to chat with me like you
Nigga.
would with a buddy, ask questions,
My nigga,
or
shut
bounce
up.
around ideas.
Shut
You
up.
can
Let me
adjust
talk,
my voice
bitch.
in the settings if you need. Let's get started.
Shut up.
Hey Javon,
Shut
what's new with
up.
you today?
Shut up. All right. So, what has happened in important in the United States of America politically in the last 72 hours?
In the last 72 hours, some key political happenings include discussions around military actions in the Middle East, debates on immigration policies, and ongoing discussions about the U.S. economic policies. It seems like it's been quite a busy period.
It has. 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 Thank you for that. So we pretty much touched on, the biggest happenings. We talked about economic policies that, well, we really touched on economic policies. I want to talk about that one on these big, beautiful bill gets a little bit more clearer and more specifically, once Florida votes on this budget, because I want to see what's in this budget so we can talk about how this is going to impact the state of Florida. But the budget isn't finalized just quite yet. State of Florida lawmakers are supposed to vote on the finalization of that budget tonight. And I'm not gonna stay up late and watch and try and follow that shit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna stream that shit. I'm not gonna be up late with that. I get up 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym. So I review that budget in the morning. If you guys ever catch most of my have you seen this shit clips, a lot of that's recorded at like 5 o'clock in the morning while I'm on the treadmill or in the gym in some part of the gym. So that's when I review that. And either I'm going to go live with it. I'm going to go live with it, or I'll make another clip. Like, have you seen this shit? And talk about what's going on. But the Florida budget will be finalized or hopefully voted on tonight, and then we'll see how that impacts the voters of the state of Florida. Keep in mind, Republicans have led the state of Florida for a big chunk of my life, at least the last 10 years. So it's going to be funny to hear how they talk about government waste and efficiency in this budget. When it's been Republicans that have been fucking doing this shit. It's fucking crazy to me. And then people come in, oh man, you going harder than Republicans, man. You going harder than Republicans. That's because you motherfuckers only think about politics like right now. And I pay attention to this shit for the long haul. Like I have a degree in this shit. Like I fucking worked in government my entire professional career outside of my entrepreneurial acts. But everything has been government related, government administrator, government operations consultant. I won't say what my job is right now, but I can tell you right now, my job today in the government is to decide whether the government did what they're supposed to do. I literally tell government agencies you did right or you did wrong when you fucking dealt with this person. Those of you that know what that type of job is, congratulations. Drop it in the chat if you will. But I'm not telling y'all what I do for a living because y'all ain't finna harass me. But my job is literally to look over government policy and procedure every fucking day and decide whether the government did what they're supposed to do. So I know what the fuck I be talking about. And I pay attention to this shit for the long haul because in order for me to do my job properly, I have to understand what happened before, the policy that happened before this, the policy that may be talked about now. That's the other part why I'm paying attention to this budget because shit, they might give us a pay raise in there. State employees, they can't just get a pay raise. They literally have to have legislation written to give them a pay raise, which is crazy. But a lot of people, like I said, they only pay attention to politics right now, and they don't look at the long haul. That's why I feel like JM, no shade to you, brother. But had you been paying attention to politics for the long haul, you would realize that the program that you spoke about that we needed federally, we had it, and Trump just cut it about 2 weeks ago. So that's why I say people have to pay attention to politics over the long term and not just right now. Know thyself. Know where we're at in America. I didn't swap books today because this is fucking relevant. And I ain't tied in, but I meant to tie it in when we were talking about the white nationalists that's in America, because to be real with ourselves in America, we have a fucking problem. But if we don't know ourselves, we don't know thyself, we won't be fucking truthful about that shit. We won't. Excuse me. Can you tell I'm a little rough around the edges, a little uncouth, a little bit. I also don't give a but that's where I'm going to wrap it today, because like I said, I wanted to just catch up on the last 72 hours. The sun is going down. Excuse me. The this fucking light is hot as shit. Like I told y'all, man, on the very first episode, I got a whole fucking studio in this boss. I got a backdrop clip. I even got a little mini green screen here, so don't be surprised if I be in Dubai one day and it look funny. But I even got a green screen back there. I got a whole fucking studio, and this light is hot as fuck. So I only put up one. I got 3 more. It's hotter than the motherfucker. I don't know how photographers do that shit. Man, this little fan I got here is working his ass off too. But let's check the chats, make sure I'm not leaving anything unaddressed that may have dropped in the chat. On the Facebook, we good. Twitch, yeah, YouTube, I might fuck around and get y'all up out there, because the streaming sites actually give me more fucking participation than Facebook or YouTube. So that about to cost me some more money, man. I can see that right now. Just to stream across more fucking platforms. I got to get a kick on here. Get these streaming sites on here, because I get more action from the streamers than I do anything else. Which speaks to an old saying that was told to me a long time. That's why you motherfuckers is translating my shit. You captioning my shit. That's why I keep getting the community standards. Quit fucking moderating me, Facebook. I'm gonna crash out. And I'm gonna do it, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna fucking crash out, Facebook. Demonetize me if you will, but just don't ban my shit. I wonder if they get a beeps. I got it on mute, so I can't hear. How many community standards will I get before they kick me off? But I don't know. We'll find out. It's like the Senate of Tootsie. How many licks does it take to get to a Senate of Tootsie Pop? I don't know. How many community standards must I break before Facebook demonetizes me? We'll find out. Then I might give me room to go and just go ahead and kick it up. Which, getting back to something that message I want to say before I cut this off. And I was going to say, that's why I spoke about the Twitch. A lot of my YouTube and Facebook and social media is heavily, people I know, people I really know. Strangers will make you rich, y'all. Strangers will make you fucking rich. It's not a shot at your friends and family, but understand, strangers will make you rich. And you don't want your biggest and the most of your support to come from your friends and family, because if your friends and family all give you their money, then you got to take care of them. But if a stranger makes you rich, then I can take care of my community with strangers' money. That's the way my fucked up head thinks. But peace. Love you guys.